The bass thumped loudly, colorful lights swept across the crowded dance floor, and joyful laughter echoed from every direction in the space. I lingered by the bar, holding my drink, letting my gaze move through the people until it settled on her, my wife, Emma. Yet rather than returning my look with a smile, she was enclosed in the embrace of a different man, moving gently together as though nothing else in existence mattered anymore. A sharp pang gripped my chest. Right then, it seemed the floor dropped out from under my feet. This went beyond casual dancing. She had completely surrendered to the moment with him. Her head lay against his shoulder, and a gentle curve touched her mouth, a tender expression I hadn't witnessed from her in many weeks. Rage surged as my initial response. Tension locked every part of me tight, my fingers squeezing hard around the glass I held. Yet deeper than that fury lay a far more devastating emotion. Raw hurt mixed with a sense of being utterly betrayed. We had come to this gathering as a couple. Still, I found myself isolated there, abandoned, as she selected another person right where all our acquaintances could witness it. My mind spun wildly. Could this be nothing more than a fleeting, thoughtless instant, or had something similar been unfolding for a while? Regardless, the message her action sent felt unmistakable. I could no longer remain rooted, witnessing her toss aside all we had carefully constructed over time. I placed my glass aside and began heading for the door. Every footfall carried extra weight, yet I held back from creating any dramatic outburst. If her intention was to shame me publicly among our circle, I would deny her the pleasure of seeing me plead desperately or lash out wildly. My quiet departure would carry its own powerful message. I pulled on my coat, pushed the door open, and emerged into the refreshing chill of the evening. To me, this marked the conclusion. Outside, the roadway lay peaceful and still, a stark contrast to the noisy frenzy within. I moved at a measured pace, attempting to compose myself while my exhale breath clouded in the frosty temperature. Memories flooded in of all the years we had shared, the vows we exchanged, those deep talks stretching into the early hours, and the future visions we once painted together. How could events have unraveled to reach this point? Had I overlooked clear indicators along the way? Perhaps I had settled into too much ease, convincing myself that affection by itself would sustain everything. The events of this evening shattered that illusion. I arrived at my vehicle and rested my weight against its side, eyes fixed downward on the asphalt. A vibration stirred inside my pocket for my phone, but I paid it no attention. I had zero interest in hearing justifications or clarifications. The reality had played out before my eyes, and that sufficed completely. I retrieved my keys, prepared to start the engine, and depart from it all forever, precisely when rapid footsteps shattered the quiet surroundings. Wait! Her tone quivered, short of breath. Raising my gaze, I watched Emma hurrying in my direction, still wearing her high heels, strands of hair disheveled from the earlier dancing. She seized hold of my arm, her eyes stretched wide in alarm. Please don't leave. It's not what you think. Those phrases lingered in the frigid atmosphere, yet I offered no reply, my jaw set firmly. Part of me yearned to accept what she said, though the vivid picture of her held close by him remained seared deeply within my thoughts. She rushed to clarify, her sentences tumbling forth in frantic urgency. He's an old friend, that's all. I wasn't thinking. I just wanted to dance. I didn't realize how it looked. She gripped my hand tightly, as though terrified I might vanish at any second, tears glistening brightly in her eyes. I looked for you the moment I realized you were gone. Please don't let this ruin us. I pivoted to meet her gaze directly, drawing in long, deliberate breaths that lifted my chest. You humiliated me, Emma, I murmured, keeping my tone soft yet sharp enough to cut. In front of everyone. Do you even know how that felt? Watching my wife, wrapped around another man. She shook her head rapidly from side to side as tears streamed along her face. I'm sorry. I was careless, but it was only a dance. I swear you're the one I love. Please don't walk away from me. Her pleas began eroding the barriers I had erected during that painful hour. I examined her expression closely, hunting for genuine honesty, for the slightest trace suggesting deception. Instead, what met my eyes was pure terror. Terror at the prospect of losing me forever. The rage burning within didn't disappear entirely, but it eased and transformed into different shades: disappointment, sorrow, and perhaps traces of lingering affection. I gave no affirmation. I offered no refusal either. Yet I permitted her fingers to remain entwined with mine. At that moment, it proved sufficient for her. We never returned to the party that evening. Instead, we made the drive back home without exchanging words, her palm resting securely over mine, as though releasing it might cause me to fade away completely. The path forward remained uncertain and clouded. Trust demanded reconstruction, and the injuries we carried still required time and care to mend. Nevertheless, sitting beside her in that quiet car, a significant realization dawned on me. Sometimes betrayal doesn't end a marriage instantly. Sometimes it becomes a fire that forces you to face what you've been avoiding. Whether we survive this or not, only time would tell. But one thing was certain: